I know you want a healthier body, and you want to ease your soul. So here's some medicine to heal the world. So grow with herbs for
health. Welcome back to another episode of Herbs for Health podcast. Now today I'm going to talk about aiding the digestive system with herbs. This is going to be interesting. Let's get started. So, when it comes to our digestive system, we know that it plays a big role in our health. Your digestive system is basically where you break down food and nutrition and other organs help support the digestive system as well. And this is kind of what is the center of it all when it comes to your health, because the things that we eat and digest and we take in basically determines how our body will function. So your digestive system is a very important system within the body when it comes to your overall health. Now, there has been some research and some studies that has mentioned that if you have an issue in your digestive system, it can correlate to issues within the nervous system. And so there's research surrounding those things like that. And the reason why this came about is because the digestive system is one of the sites of serotonin production in the body. And so this is how these things connect. And so your digestive system is pretty important. So let's talk about some of the herbs that we can use for our digestive system that aid in the healing process within the digestive system. Because a lot of herbalists who are helping people, sometimes most of the people will come to you because they are dealing with an issue in their digestive system. And as an herbalist, you have to know your therapeutic actions. Which herbs are you going to use? What type of herbs help with this part of the body or this part of the body? Now, I know, some people may come with a digestive issue, but you have to be able to ask these questions of other things, because this issue that they have in their digestive system, they also may have other issues outside of that. And then you kind of can connect those together and kind of make your formula according to those therapeutic actions that basically help this part of the body or that part of the body. And some of those therapeutic actions you can find within one herb, and you may need to mix it with this herb or that herb. So we're going to talk about the therapeutic actions. Now, just to name a few, we have bitters, we have astringents, we have laxative, we have anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic, we have nervines, we have antimicrobial, we have carminative, I may have pronounced that wrong, but carminative herbs as well. So these are just a few of the actions. There are a few more as well. But with these herbal actions, herbalists can find out how to formulate herbs that can assist with things like poor digestion, constipation, the lack of appetite, food allergies and intolerance, heartburn. You may have bloating, indigestion issues. So these are just a few of the symptoms or things or illnesses or issues that people go through. And some of these actions that I named off, these herbal therapeutic actions, can help in some of these things. And also, some people may have inflammation disorder inside the digestive tract. And so these can help with it as well. Now, we also have things that may contribute to the issue with digestion when it comes to stressors. I don't know if you ever noticed, but when you're feeling nervous, you're scared, you're upset, all of those feelings that you feel, you usually feel them in your stomach, right? You may feel butterflies. You may feel the feeling of your heart dropping down to your stomach. Because, all of that feeling of anxiety, your mood and everything is here in your digestive system. And so it's a very responsive system. It's very sensitive, and you must take care of it. So that kind of shows you how strong your digestive system is when it comes to other things that you're feeling and you're going through, things like that. So let's kind of talk about those bitters that I kind of went through. So those bitters are things such as dandelion root, ginseng, things like that. Now, what bitter herb will do for your digestive system is it kind of helps if you have an issue with your loss of appetite, if you're having liver issues, food allergies and intolerance. Some of the things that I talked about before. If you have blood sugar stability issues, these bitter type herbs can help with those things that are going on. And I just named a few of those bitters. Okay. Then I talked about astringents. Now, those astringents will be things like lady's mental, Herb Robert. We have Herb Bennett. We have Cranesbill, things like that. Now, these herbs are used to address the inflammation inside the digestive system, and also it can help with diarrhea and sometimes mucus or bleeding in this system too. So these herbal astringents can help with that. And then we have pungent herbs. Now, those are herbs such as ginger and cayenne and horseradish and turmeric, things like that. They are very pungent when you taste them, for sure. Now, they are used to address indigestion, vomiting, nausea, bloating, diarrhea too, in this system. And it also creates this warming sensation. And that warming sensation that you feel from these herbs is actually promoting circulation in this area. And circulation in your digestive system is very, very important because it has to be able to still function and move your food and interact with all of these other organs that you have. So the circulation of that is very important for great movement. And then we talked about carminative herbs. Okay, and those carminative herbs are things like dill, fennel, those type of herbs like that. They help with digestive spasms, bloating, IBS, indigestion, those things as well. And then we have those other therapeutic actions. I don't think I named this one, but laxatives. So some of these herbs have, they can work as a laxative. and it may be better if you use herbal laxative than the ones that you get in the pharmaceutical stores, because sometimes using the ones in the stores can dry out, that area of your body, and you have to drink a lot of water. Now, instead of doing that, you can use some of these herbs, and some of those herbs are yellow dock, senna leaf, dandelion root. That's also a bitter herb, but it works as a gentle laxative, and it is used for constipation, inflammation of the bowels, and it does help with blood sugar stability. And some of these herbs are also good for your skin. So we also have the antispasmodic. Now those are herbs such as chamomile, thyme, catnip, peppermint. These are used to address, gas. You may find that you're very gassy, indigestion, IBS, gastric. So, these herbs have all of these actions, and as an herbalist, you will understand what herb you should use for what, and what herb you should combine, what herbs you shouldn't combine because of their therapeutic actions. And as you grow as an herbalist, and the more questions that you ask your clients that come to you, the more you'll be able to get this thing kind of down pat. Now, it's best to ask questions as an herbalist when you're dealing with people with digestive issues, because everyone is not the same. Now, you may have made one formula for one person that may not work for the other person. So consultations that you may encounter with your herbalist is very important, and is very special, because they're actually doing the research for you. They're actually breaking down what herb will work for you, and they're addressing your issues for you. And when your herbalists do that for you, it ends up being a better result when it comes to the healing process, because every herb is not for everyone. Certain herbs may not work for you. Some people can't take certain herbs, and you may be a person that is on a type of medication and you can't take this certain type of herb. So when you are dealing with herbalists, they are very, very strategic when they are making formulas specifically for your issue. So you can take these herbs and they will heal your issue, but you have to be patient, because these herbs are healing. They're not masking the pain or the issue where you're going to still continue to deal with it. This is actually taking its time and healing you from the inside out. And that's the thing that I love about herbs. These things can really help your health to progress and to elevate, get you on a different level where now your cells are working better, But also the other thing to keep in mind is when you're dealing with your digestive system, you also have to be mindful of the things that you eat. Because as an herbalist, I can make a formula for you. I can sit down, do the consultation, ask you all of these questions, right? But if you don't put in the work and eat the correct things, I'm giving you these herbs, but you're continually to, have a bad diet, you can take the herbs and they will do its job, but you have to help. Because it's like healing a wound and then ripping the bandage off. You're going into the cycle. It's healing, but then you're ripping it off again. It starts to heal, and then you rip it off again. So it's like you don't get to really complete that healing cycle. And so we need to take the time out to feed our digestive system clean things. Stay away from some of the processed things, or, the dairy, things like that. And you will start to feel better. This will also help the healing process as you're taking some of these herbs as well. And trust me, once you feel better, you are going to be hesitant to go back. So definitely, I tell people, having a good diet and taking herbals is the key. Herbal medicines, that is the key. A healthy diet, diet that gives your body the nutrition that it needs, like you're eating to feel good, not to overindulge or to be bloated all the time. That's not how you should feel. When you eat, you should feel satisfied. Now, then you can kind of get control of your diet and what you eat. And some of those issues that you have will start to go away as the herbs are healing you and as you're changing your diet as well. Now, I hope this podcast has been helpful for you, aiding the digestive system with herbs. I thought it was very important to kind of, talk about some of the therapeutic actions. Now, I do want to do another podcast talking about more herbs, what they do for the digestive system, and how we can use those things, and some of the constituents, and some more of the therapeutic actions, and what part of that plant that we use to help with that ailment, and how one herb that we take can also help with other ailments that you're having as well, and how we can use those, and how many dosage, the dosage as far as like if we're going to take it as a tea or a tincture or a capsule, and which one is more effective. So I do have more material, more content for you guys. Now, if you are listening on any podcast platform like Spotify, iTunes, or Google Podcasts, or Anchor, you can also go over to my YouTube channel, Herbs for Health. You can watch the visual of this podcast as well. And those of you who are watching on YouTube, go over to those podcast platforms that I just named there. Also, leave me a comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also, put down in the comments anything you would like for me to talk about, or if you have any questions. Also, don't forget to check out my website, herbsforhealth.store. Get your herbal medicines now. If you are embarking on a journey of becoming healthy and you want to get your digestive system in order, I do have some herbal formulas over at my website that you can find that will help you get started in rebuilding your health. Again, thank you guys for tuning in on another episode of Herbs for Health podcast. See you guys again.